Hey guys, I don't know if you'd noticed, but Makartt has made a foray into some full coverage tips that are definitely an upgraded level of quality from what they've done previously. So they've worked into the market of the Apres dupe. So I saw this come out about a week and a half ago, and definitely I wanted to grab it and get my hands on some right away. And in particular, the they call it ballerina rather than coffin. These are the long coffin that are the dupe for the Apres Artme. And I wanted to grab these ones because I would have them to be able to do an actual side-by-side comparison of them for you. And then, you know, give you a little more information of the pros and cons and decide if it's, you know, price point, if it ends up making it worthwhile for you. So I'm going to do a little bit of a disclaimer. I am not a professional. I am a hobbyist. Many years ago, I was a cosmetologist, which where I am from equates to it's a hairdresser where you learn some basic nail stuff, you know, but I am not a nail technician. So anyhow, what I ended up getting, I don't know what the Apres term is for this particular set, but they are their jelly set. And one thing that Apres does is they call them acrylic false nails, and on the back of the packaging, and as you can see, there's glue in here. So they are promoting them as a glue-on type of tip. So basically as a press-on, which fine and dandy if that's, you know, how you want to try and wear them. I'm not a big fan of nail glue, so it's not something that I will be doing. But so as I said, I grabbed the jelly tips and then the Artme dupe. They are both calling them ballerinas. So 240 pieces, if you notice. So they are smaller packaging than the Apres, which is 500 pieces. Apres says 5 colors. There's 2 of the colors that I have such a hard time differentiating between that I didn't do any checking on these particular ones for making sure they had 5 colors. I'm going to assume, you know, looking at them, yeah, there's at least 4 and probably some more. But now, one thing that it does state on the front of these boxes is 12 sizes. And there definitely is 12 little slots on every box. But when I opened them up and I started looking, I'm like, yeah, I don't think it doesn't look like 12 sizes, because, you know, there's definitely the 1, and yeah, there's a 9, and I'm not seeing enough in between, or sorry, 0. In between, there is no 00, you know, don't get your hopes up on this. They are, size-wise, they are the same as the Apres. So when I opened them up, did a little investigating, and one thing I will say, when you open these up, please don't open them up like this. I don't have mine shut tight. When they're shut tight, it is super hard to get it open, and you're going to play 240 tip pickup. So be very careful opening them. But so what I found when I opened them, and as you see, I've numbered mine, is that 2 of my little holes here had number 4s and 2 had number 5s. So you had 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, which is 10 sizes. Now, as I was going through, and I just went through and sorted them to make sure, you know, benefit of the doubt, there's a little bit in between there. Maybe some slid back and forth, whatever. But so yeah, there's my number 4s and my number 5s, which I will replace in there very shortly. Now, the other thing I ran into is the number 6 actually doesn't all fit into that slot. I didn't count how many of each that I got. You know, I got enough. I have a whole box of the you know, Apres ones. This was just mostly to be able to do the comparison. So there are not 12 sizes in here, and that's something I definitely will get in contact with Makartt about. I'm not sure in terms of, you know, getting them to change it and such like that. No, I'm not holding my breath on that, but just so that you are aware. Price point, I noticed that on the Makartt app that these are, I think, $20.99 US, which if you, you know, do an extension on 240 pieces to the gel X ones of 500, you're slightly under. It's slightly less than Apres. So definitely, something to consider. But they do have them on a marked down price. This is not the same price as they were a week and a half ago. I can't remember. I think they maybe were $26.99. So they have dropped it. If they had left it there, I know that they would have been the same price as the Apres, maybe even a small amount more, taking into account the number of pieces. So a couple of things, everybody's like, oh, these aren't gel, these aren't gel, these aren't gel. They don't state that they are. I couldn't find anything on the box that said, what they were actually made out of. Acrylic false nails. Well, we know that they're not acrylic, right? So, translation issues, maybe. You know what? There may be some copyright issues in there as well. So, but I wanted to give just a quick go over of kind of an idea how to tell the difference between an ABS plastic tip and an Apres tip. So, I have, these are, and I'm just going to pull this out. These are the Makartt clear tips, the ABS tips that they've been carrying for a very long time. They're a good tip. They're ABS plastic. There's nothing wrong with them for, even to adhere them in the Apres style. So, and this, if I can get the darn box open, there we go. These are, you can see, they're Apres sculpted stiletto longs. Let's grab one of these for a side-by-side comparison. So you can definitely see a visual difference in the clarity and everything of them to start off with. Some people do a bend and flex test. You know what? If I fold the Apres one hard enough, I'm going to get a discoloration line. It's just interferes with the actual physical structure of it. But you can definitely see that there's a clarity. Difference between the two of them. And I'm going to show you why I feel these Makartt ones are a gel, even though they don't state it. So now I'm going to grab, for that purpose, I'm going to end up grabbing one of the jelly tips. There you go. And I do want, the purple ones are a little bit more opaque. So I want one of the very clear ones. So we'll grab blue here. Let's grab a pink one. I'm really much less likely to wear pink than I am the blue. So if I take Makartt tip, the ABS plastic one, and I scrub it with primer, that's how I prep my Apres tips is I scrub them with primer until they get sticky, rather than buffing them with an e-file. So if I take this in here and I do a bit of a scrub, working along, and it's starting to get sticky. I can feel that. But what you can see, and I know it's going to be hard to pick up on camera, is that the top area of this is actually clouded a little bit more. I know that these don't have the glass clarity, but there is just that small amount more of opacity on there. And when it gets even more noticeable is on this one, because I always do 2 scrubs of my primer. So here we are on our second one. Scrub it till it gets sticky. And it becomes even a little bit more apparent, where you can see that upper half is definitely more opaque. So the primer I'm using, I know it's something that's only available in Canada. So I didn't, all I can say, it's an acid-free primer. It's, so on the Apres tips, and I'm going to show you with the clear one right now. I do the same thing, where I do a scrub and I rub it all in. And I set it aside, give it a few minutes, do the other 4 in my set, come back to this one. And my second time I scrub until the embossing is completely off of the tip. And there is what the, until it gets sticky. So, and there's the Apres tip that's now been done. And these are the other two. So there's not a huge amount of difference, but where you can start to see it, like I said, this is the one that has two coats on it. And it's just that small amount different. So with the Apres, or sorry, the Makartt, if I sit here, I managed to get dog hair on this one, and even though it's only been out of the cat package for a matter of seconds. As I do my scrub, it's my first one, there's actually a difference in the feel of the stickiness that they get as well, which is obviously something I can't, give you any kind of a demonstration on. But you can see on the first one, I'm going to just slide this off to a white area, that you can see that one still is perfectly clear. And my second scrub, as I said, these ones, the Apres type, they're sticky, but not gluey sticky, where this type of plastic, it feels different. It's more like, how like when school glue starts to get viscous when you work it between your fingers and it just doesn't want to move. That's what these ones feel like. But you can see on two applications, I'm obviously not going to do these ones underneath here because you can't see through it, but you can see that it's completely clear. The clarity is phenomenal. When you look at it, you can definitely easily read through there and everything like that. So that is my opinion, that these are gel tips. Even though they don't say it, gel's still a form of plastic. It's just a different chemical structure plastic. So the next thing I wanted to go into, I wanted to give you the side by side, and this is it. I've also included some tips. These are AliExpress Apres dupes, and they're definitely a little bit different, but I will cover them back to them in a minute. So on the right hand side here, I've got two different colors and of the different styles. So one is an Apres and one is the Makartt. And I wanted to be able to give you an idea. I wanted to set them up so that you could absolutely and totally see. I'm going to bring that black paper up here again. So that you could absolutely and totally see the structure and the similarity in structure. I get that these are probably injection molded. So, it's be the same mold. The other thing I'm going to say is when you look at them, all of my Apres tips are sculpted, and you can see that these ones are sculpted as well. You can see from the structure of them and the height. Another dog here. This I did actually drop on the floor, but so, you can definitely see that they are, they are the exact same. Which one's which? So this one, these are all size 5s, by the way, with the exception of what's over here. This is the Makartt. This one's the Apres. And these ones, I have them a little bit crooked, but again, we have the Makartt and the Apres. So Apres has the embossing on the underside of the tip, and the Makartt ones just have the number embossed on the very tip without the logo. But so now quickly I'm going to go into these ones. Now these are some AliExpress Apres dupes that I bought, and there is definitely a difference. Unlike the Makartt ones, color's consistent on these. I went through a good portion of them when I was checking what was going on with the sizes. I had no, visible defects to any of them. Some of them, of course, have the little tab on the front, but that's because when they make them, they all come on these kind of things and they just snap them off. So, you know, sometimes that little bit's left over and it's not a big deal. But so as I said, these are the ones I got from AliExpress. This clear one in the center is an actual Apres, and if I ever get the light right, I could pop that logo through for you. But the two on the outside are the dupes. As you can see, these two, I'm like, oh, I'll do all size 5s in these ones as well. So I pulled out the Apres, or the dupe one first, and I put it down, and then I pulled out my Apres, and I'm like, wow, that's quite a difference. So check with size 6. Let's go down a little bit, and it's still bigger. So there's definitely a size difference in these ones. And as you see, I would say that they are a sculpted shape as well, just from the height of them, but they're definitely a larger tip. I have not done a full set comparison on them, but so as I said, going through here, oh, and the other thing I found with those, this is one of them. Actually, many of them, these AliExpress dupes, I think they're like a factory second. They maybe didn't meet quality control, and that's why they're available on AliExpress. And this is what I'm finding with a lot of them, where the tips are broken, and enough that trying to reshape them is definitely going to affect the overall visual structure of them. So, you know what, lesson learned, I will use them for, you know, just practice nails and you know, sets just to be seen, not to be worn. So anyhow, price wise too, there was not very much difference. They were a little bit more than the Makartt ones at the time. I haven't checked prices on them recently. So one thing though, the store did ship quite quickly. But so other than the fact that this 12 sizes is incorrect on the box, as I said, I dug through so that I could get, you know, get them sorted for my 4s and 5s and get the sizes sorted. Oh, herniate myself there. And nothing in terms of, you know, any of them having defects. Colors seem to be quite consistent. You know, when I dig through them and take a quick look through them, it's like, you know, have them in the white dish so I can get an idea of that. Some other people have mentioned that there was color inconsistency, but you know, it might be something like me where I have trouble differentiating between a couple of the shades a little bit. So, but yeah, on the overall, I like them. I'm happy. I'm going to throw a set of the jelly ones on, probably too late tonight, so I'll be getting that done tomorrow. But yeah, guys, go check out the Makartt ones online. Like I said, not a great deal of saving, but if it's something you're looking into, you know, might be worthwhile for you if it's, you know, just that little bit less money. So also there's often different influencers have codes for those as well. So keep that in mind. So thanks for hanging out for me. I really appreciate it. This has dragged out a little bit longer than I meant for it to, but you know, check out my stuff. My Instagram channel is frivolous.fingers. All my sets are on Apres with very, very few exceptions. And like I said, I'm going to get that jelly set on. I'm going to do the black one because I'm really kind of got a Halloween niche going on. So I'm going to get those put up there hopefully tomorrow and swing by, take a look, check out, see what I got going on. Thanks very much for your time, you guys. You have yourself a fabulous day.